Well, welcome to another edition of Te Akau TV. I've got Jamie Richards with me this morning. How are you going, Jamie?
Good, Hazy.
How's the week been? I hear there's been some more rain about, a bit frustrating.
Very. We're sort of going all right there through the week. Couple of 3 winners there at Taupo on Wednesday. We're getting ready for trials and everything, but the rain's arrived and the COVID restrictions have sort of increased. So, pretty frustrating time as we try and keep everything going.
Absolutely. It's all about maintenance and trying to tick things over at the moment, as obviously you mentioned these alert level changes and COVID finding its way further south through the Waikato. So just touching quickly on last weekend's racing, one race in particular, I thought Prix de win a great race in the Windsor Park Plate. Do you want to touch on him as he leads into the Levermore next weekend?
Yeah, really happy with him. He ran well. We were able to sort of go forward, put him up in the race, and we did our best to try and beat Courtside Merv, but he just had too many guns. He's a very good horse, but we won't have to worry about him on the last day down there. So it's going to be a challenge for him. 4 runs in 8 weeks and 3 times to Hastings. It'll be really interesting to see how he handles it all, but we are happy with him at this stage.
Great. And 3 winners at Taupo. Good to get some more numbers on the board.
Yeah, for sure. It's been, I guess, as a few people will say, it's been a slow start by our standards and a little bit frustrating, but hopefully we're coming out of it now. The horses have taken a fair while to get to full fitness, and Image of You was good. She's a mare that's needed time, and the owner's been really patient. Bellon Rouge has been knocking on the door. I thought she was impressive, and Sophisticado was good from back in the field. He really attacked the line well, and hopefully he'll continue on the upward trajectory as well.
Absolutely. And now quickly just on the COVID situation. So you've had a set of trials postponed today. Has there been confirmation on when those trials might go ahead again next week?
So those Taupo trials have been postponed possibly to next Thursday. We'll just have to see how that's all going to fit together. Obviously, there'll be some more announcements on Monday when the government have a chance to analyse the numbers and everything. But yeah, no confirmation at this stage on when they might be, but we'll just crack on and do our best.
Right. And I guess probably another point to make is just around the jockey restrictions around travelling to the South Island. I know Danielle was affected as she was not named to ride a couple of horses down in Timaru today. So that'll be the case into next week as well. Moving across, some exciting news through the week. Obviously, last night it was announced that Entrevier was given an invitation to the invitation, and she trials today as well. And in other news, she's also had James McDonald confirmed to ride her.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan with her there. She had a few days out on the water walker out at Limitless Lodge. Dad's been happy with her since she's returned, so it's just a fitness trial there for her today, something that we like to do with a little bit of time in between runs, and she'll go to Randwick in a fortnight for the invitation. 1400 back to Randwick should suit, and as you say, McDonald booked, so everything's going well with her and looking forward to seeing how she's going to trial today.
Perfect. It should be a pretty exciting day there. I think it's Cox Plate Day over in Victoria as well on the same day. So moving along, we're going to cover off 5 meetings today. So we've got Timaru today, Matamata and Hawera tomorrow, and Caulfield and Randwick over the ditch on tomorrow as well. Obviously, there may be some runners that will be affected by the possible heavy track as well. So moving along down to Farlat Raceway down in Timaru, we've got race 2, the Mackenzie Suppliers and Ivan Watt 1200 maiden 3-year-old. You've got a horse that was unlucky not to get a run a couple of weeks ago, lines up with Tegan Newman aboard Shepherd's Delight.
Yeah, got to be a good chance drawing the soft gate, but when you draw down there, you've got to make use of it. So happy with her. She was good at the trials here at Ashburton a fortnight ago, 10 days ago. So yeah, everything's going well, and hopefully we can start the day on a good note with her.
Great. And the Savabeel filly Synchronised, she holds nominations in 2 races, probably more likely to line up in race 4. Is that right?
Yeah, she'll start in race 4. She's drawn well. Sam Wynn's going to ride her. Obviously, we had Danielle going down to ride these horses, but thankfully we've been able to get some really good riders down there today. So she was sort of just did too much work early in the Canterbury Bell Stakes, so we'll certainly be looking to ride her for a bit of cover, and she's a good filly on her day and looking forward to seeing how she'll front up.
Great. And 2 horses lined up in race 5, the Equine Veterinary Services and Dunstan Feed Sprint, rating 74 benchmark over 1200. First up, you've got Secret of More.
Yeah, Secret of More is drawn out a bit, but we'll try and sneak forward from there. We've been happy with her. She just got held up last week with a bit of a bad blood, but we're past all of that now. And Fashion Shoot is the other one. She's drawn out a bit as well, but she was impressive in winning at Riccarton 2 or 3 weeks ago there. So we'll go forward out there with her as well, and just sort of see how everything looks. But there should be a couple of nice chances there in that particular race.
Nice. And then just moving down to the final race, or not the final race of the card, but the final runner engaged in the races at race 6, the Geraldine Village Inn Sports Bar 1200, rating 65 benchmark. You've got Radagast.
Yeah, Radagast is a bit of an enigma. He stood in the barriers last time, but has trialled well since. So he's probably on his final warning. If he doesn't step up and do something, he might be finding somewhere else to live.
Cool. And then moving across to the action on Saturday at Matamata, race 1, you've got 2 horses engaged, Mazia and She's a Thinker.
Yeah, both pretty unlikely starters, I think. Just a frustrating sort of week of rain. Mazia's going really well, but I think we'll just wait for Hastings, and I think we'll wait for Hastings or She's a Thinker as well. Just don't want to, sort of bottle them out on a heavy track when we've been so patient. We're just going to have to be patient for another week.
Cool. And down to race 3, the Guineas. I understand the Guineas favourite, I Wish I Win.
Yeah, he's come out. We were never going to run him on a heavy track, so he'll go south tomorrow morning, and he'll run at Ashburton next weekend in the Barneswood Farm, the 3-year-old 1400 metre race as a lead into the 2000 Guineas.
Race 4, 2 horses lined up, Badgering a Witness and Trieste.
Badgering to Witness and Trieste, both doubtful starters on the heavy ground. Badgering to Witness could be seen at Cambridge on Wednesday, and I'll just have a bit of a think about what we do with Trieste. She didn't particularly enjoy the synthetic there last time, so we might even wait for Tiara or something on Friday with her.
Cool. And again, 2 horses in race 5, Top Brass and Exaltation.
Yeah, Top Brass first up off a break with a big weight. I don't think it's the right thing to do to run him on a bottomless heavy track. It might not be bottomless because the track does seem to be draining well, but it's still going to be heavy. So he'll probably go to Hastings next Saturday as well, and Exaltation will do the same. We've been avoiding the wet tracks with her, and we keep running into them, so we're just going to have to be patient. Cool.
And race 6, Pure Imagination.
Yeah, he won't run either. He'll go to the 3-year-old 13, or possibly the 65-14 next Saturday at Hastings. He's a horse that needs good ground, and he's coming off a disappointing performance, so not going to run him on a wet track either.
Cool. And moving down the country to Hawera, we've got race 7, the Wind Spell at Grange William Stud Taranaki Breeders' Stakes. It's a Group 3 weight for age fillies and mares over 1400. You've got Festivity with Jonathan Riddell on board.
Yeah, I see their tracks are 9. They've had 19 mils in the last 24 hours, so we'll just keep an eye on that, make a decision in the morning. I think she can handle slow ground, but whether she wants to be running on a near heavy track or not, I'm not sure. So just watch with a bit of interest there. If she does go, I think she'll run well. 2 6s beside her name is not a true reflection of how she's been going. She was sort of up on speed in the Foxbridge and came to the end of it late, and then got caught very deep at Te Rapa last Friday. So if she lines up, certainly follow her.
Great. And moving across the ditch over to Melbourne at Caulfield, race 2, the Big Screen Company Weekend Hustler Stakes, handicap listed race over 1400 metres. I thought Karma Lass was pretty impressive, looping around them from a wide draw last up.
Yeah, she just had to do too much work, carried 59 and was 4 and 5 deep without any cover for the majority of the race. So she duly came to the end of it, but she's improved since. Fitness is good. She's got another awkward draw, but we have tried to place her in a sort of a handicap with the boys in there to try and get her weight down a bit. So she carries 54 from an awkward gate. We'll ride her a little bit conservative to start, and hopefully she can be closing off late, but she's going to need a bit of luck from that bad barrier.
Great. And moving now to race 6, the Group 1 Might and Power, formerly the Underwood Stakes, Group 1 race over 2,000 metres. Probably meets Zaki again in a relatively small field with Brett Preble aboard.
Yeah, happy with Probabeel. Everything's gone according to plan there with her. But as you say, does run into Zaki again, who looks awfully hard to beat, everything being equal. But we'll be there, following him everywhere he goes. If there's a chink in his armour, we will try and find it. She loves Caulfield. Step up to 2,000 metres will be an interesting challenge for her. So yeah, we're happy with her, and she's going to run well. But whether she can beat Zaki, I'd say, is very difficult. But we'll be trying our best.
Cool. And moving across to Randwick, race 5, the Group 2 Polytrack Roman Consul Stakes. It's a Group 2 3-year-old race over 1,200 metres. Sort of state for with Tim Clark on board.
Yeah, sort of state. He could be the big improver for the weekend. He got caught deep at Rosehill last time with 59, sat 3 deep without any cover with a bit of an interrupted prep where we missed a trial because of COVID restrictions. So his fitness has really improved. He's got a good draw. Hopefully we can ride him up on the speed. I think McDonald will be hard to beat on Paul Ailey, but he's going well, and I think he's a top 3 chance.
Awesome. And down to race 6, the Group 3 Bentley Ank Stakes, Group 3 3-year-old race over 1,600. We've got Amaralina lining up from barrier 13, and James McDonald's on board with 59 kilos.
Yeah, so she ran well first up in the Bill Ritchie without any luck. Everything's just sort of hasn't really gone to plan for her, so we've given her a little bit of time between runs. Unfortunately, we've got the outside barrier and we've got top weight, so it'll be pretty tricky for her there tomorrow, but we'll probably just have to ride her a bit conservative and look for her to be really finding the line. She's class, on her day, no doubt about that, but she's got a couple of pretty big obstacles to overcome there tomorrow.
Right, and you did a great job last week to get home your best bet with Brando. Can you give us one for this week?
Look, it's probably not worth talking about anything at Matamata because they're all doubtful. So I said to Aidan yesterday that we should follow Shepherd's Delight. She's very short, but she's got a good draw. Not a lot of value there. Maybe Fashion Shoot could be our next best, I guess. But she's drawn an awkward gate. So yeah, bit of a tough weekend really, but we'll be doing our best.
Perfect. And I guess looking forward to next weekend, you mentioned we've got races at Ashburton and Hastings. Have you got a pretty big team engaged to go down there?
Yeah, we'll have a nice team for both places. Need I say more? Summer Monsoon, Supreme Khan, I Wish I Won will go to Ashburton. And then we'll have a number of runners in those races at Hastings, Savion Blanc and Prix de Fer in the big one. Brando, Mai Tai, and possibly Festivity in the Open 14, which is going to be a really good race with horses like Dragon Leap in there, Our Alley Cat. That'll be a good race, and we've got a number of nice chances in those sort of 74s. So yeah, looking forward to Hastings next week, and hopefully the weather can play its part and we can run on a good track.
Well, awesome. Well, good luck for the weekend, Jamie, and hopefully there'll be some winners, and hopefully the weather starts to improve again from next week onwards, as we all know we could do with some sun.